Do you know that you're God? Right? Well, how could that possibly make any difference? Right? I mean, why do I have to know that? I just want to build a successful business. Right? Why do I have to know that? I just want a happy marriage. You know? Why are you getting all religious on me, man? I just came to you because, I'm stressed. Well, it turns out that thinking that you're an ugly duckling when you're really a swan really matters. Right? Because you're stuck in a world of false comparisons. You're stuck in a world of false aspirations. You're stuck in a world that doesn't make sense, and you're assuming it doesn't make sense because there's something off with you. Right? You're stuck in a world with a naked emperor, and everybody else sees his clothes. So what's wrong with me? Right? How could it possibly matter to know that you are part of the infinite energy of life? Right? Why would that matter? Why would it matter to know that beyond my experience of childhood and childhood experiences, beyond my experience of my body and what my body has been through, beyond my memories and imaginings of the past and the future, that I have an entire existence in a realm of perfection. That I have running through me that which runs through all of nature. That I have within me that which is alive around me. I read a quote this morning online from, I never know how to say his name, but Sweden is Garata. You know the guy. And it said, I look inside and I see that I am nothing. That is wisdom. I look outside and I see that I am everything. That is love. Do you know that you're God? Do you know that you're this too? You're the created self, but you're also that which creates. You create things with your mind, but you are not what you create. You are the creator. Not the creator, I am God. Who sounds like that? I don't know if you knew that. He's American and he has echo on his voice and a little bass, right? But in the sense that we're all of the same thing. There's one energy, right? And that energy has an intelligence. And that intelligence, when we look at the intelligence of that energy, we call it mind in this work, right? The principle of mind. And we see that, oh, we've got that. We're of that. That same intelligence that knows how to grow leaves without thinking about, now, how do I do that, right? How do I grow the leaf off here? And, where's the flower going to come out? Should I make the flower come out? Right? No, it's built in. Right? It's built in. That same intelligence is built into us. Well, that makes a difference to know that. That I don't have to worry about that. That's not my job. Right? That's taken care of already. I got people who do that. Right? I got mind to do that. Right? This energy that we are all a part of, this one energy of life, is aware of itself. And as that manifests in us, we call it consciousness. We call it our consciousness, but there's a consciousness to this energy. There's an intelligence to this energy, right? Well, that consciousness within us is our ability to know ourselves as the source of creation, even when we are experiencing that which is being created. It's kind of cool. But it's kind of nothing to do with us either. It's just what we were born into. It's just a property of the energy of life that we're all a part of, right? And when we look at that property of the energy, we talk about consciousness. But it's the same energy as mind, right? So that energy, right? It's creative. Form is continually being created out of the formlessness of that energy, and we call that thought when we're looking at it that way, and we talk about it as thought, the principle of thought, the energy of thought. And thought's the content creator. As it manifests in us, it creates the content of our lives, creates the content of our experience. And if we're living in some content, it's nice to know that the source of that content is in us and can change in a minute. And if we align our personal mind with the divine mind, our intellect with the intelligence of this energy that we are made of, tends to go better. Go figure. You know? It's like, anybody watching So You Think You Can Dance, The Next Generation? Just me. Actually, just me and Sandra. All right, we'll talk later. So what they've got is they've got these young kids, like 10 to 14, who are extraordinary dancers. I mean, an incredible level of skill for their age, right? And they paired them up with mentors, with incredible dancers who've been doing it for longer. And guess what? They do better when they're paired up with the mentor. Right? It's common sense. You would just kind of expect that. Well, it's the same thing with us. We do better, no matter how well developed our intellect is, when we pair it up with the intelligence. When we allow ourselves to be mentored by this intelligence, to be coached by this intelligence as we move forward. It's not rocket science. That makes sense, right? But if I don't know that I'm that, if I don't know I am of that energy, if I don't know how that energy works, I'm going to struggle, not because I have to struggle, not because life is struggle, but because I'm operating with minimal knowledge of what's available to me. And again, this isn't coaching. This is the foundation for coaching, because if I don't understand that, that's why I need all these techniques to do all these different things. That's why I need all these tricks to get myself to, all these disciplines to force myself to, all these activities to keep myself going in a certain way. Because if I was disconnected from the flow, if there was no flow even to disconnect or connect from or with, that would make sense. Right? Common sense is what guides us. But common sense is wisdom at different levels of consciousness.